Colson. And Hellewell. Green is out. Colson gets the jump. Northeast Classic Light, E-Keys for Cars, sponsored tour of New Hampshire and Vermont, Maine. Looks like Hellewell's trying to make a close, gets a little twitchy coming off turn 4. Takes these cars 2 or 3 laps to really get themselves fully up to speed. To get some heat built into the tires. Now Hellewell is working on the back bumper of Colson, a former winner here. Halfway coming up, it's still Colson, Hellewell, and the 32 of John Foltz. Hellewell trying to go inside, and there's just no room there for him. Hellewell gets a break on the bottom to the stripe. He's still down by a half a car length at the bottom of the racetrack now. Dave Hellewell, nose to nose with Paul Colson. 2 laps to go. Off turn 4 they come. Hellewell has the lead. Colson looks back to the inside. Moving up now, John Foltz. White flag out for Dave Hellewell. Paul Colson, John Foltz. Dwayne Schofield running in the 4 spot. The 5 spot now the 04 of C.J. McLaughlin and the 33 of Kevin Merrifield. The win belongs to the 77. Dave Hellewell of Pelham, New Hampshire picks up the victory in the first of the Northeast Classic Lights E-Keys for Cars series. Eric Schofield and Jim Ayotte, row 3, getting it evened up, and here they come. Sam out in front. Sam, Ed, and Ed's falling back a little bit as Jake Cray moves into second. 18 loose. Can't quite hold on to it coming into the corner. 3 and 4, kind of tricky. Halfway coming up, Sam Gilman looking inside now. Here comes Jake Cray. Cray with the Sam Gilman takes it wide. Cray's not able to take advantage of it. Sam Gilman, Jake Cray, Ed Gilman, and the 25 for Chris Sullivan. Everybody else watching him drive away. 2 to go. White flag, 1 left. Jake Cray cranking it up. Sam Gilman slips back to 3rd. Ed Gilman stays where he started in 2nd. And here's the checkers for Jake Cray. Ed Gilman, Sam Gilman, and Chris Sullivan round out the top 4. Your 5th and final qualifier still on the track. The 11 for Jim Ayotte. The 18 of Eric Schofield dropped out. Teenagers, by the way. The oldest one out there is Mike Stebbins. All the others, except for Alicia, 4 out of the 6 are still in high school. Mike Stebbins in the Honda. Cameron Sontag and Joel Monahan in Mustangs right behind him. Then it's Justin Faford, Alicia Folan, Parker, and Mikey McGoldrick. We'll give Mikey a little room to learn in a different kind of car in a different division. Stebbins is going to have his handful of some of these younger drivers if he expects to repeat as the division champion. Sontag glued right to his bumper. Somebody's got a little ignition problem going into one. Halfway now. Stebbins and Sontag, Monahan and Faford, Parker and McGoldrick. The sounds, it's the Parker machine that's popping and snapping. Two to go now. Can Stebbins hold off Sontag, or is he just sandbagging it? They have a 25-lapper coming up here later on Bond Auto Parts opening day. Sontag trying to dive in. Looks like the nose wants to ride up the banking a little bit coming into 3. Stebbins has got it pretty well locked down after successful runs last year to win the championship. Checkered flag is out. The win goes to Mike Stebbins. Cameron Sontag second. Then Joel Monahan and Justin Faford. Alicia Folan Parker. And Mikey McGoldrick. Top 5 earned a qualifying spot. Matt Kimball. Matt Kimball in the 50. McKnight, left rear, picking up off the racetrack. If you watch him going into turn 3, you'll see that left rear pick right up and the wheel will stop turning. Pomasco goes around the outside and moves into the first spot. McKnight going second on 3 wheels. Then Julia Raymond and Matt Goffin, Ethan Marsh, Solomon Bro, and Matt Kimball. Still up front, Eric Pomasco put a little distance on Kevin McKnight and the rest of the field. Julia Raymond biding her time. Remember, they've got a 25-lap feature coming up later on this afternoon as part of the Bond Auto Parts Spring Dash. White flag for Pomasco, McKnight, Raymond, and Goffin. Solomon Bro moving into the 5th spot. followed by Ethan Marsh and Matt Kimball. Checkered flag out. The win goes to Eric Pomasco. Robin Bergman brings him to the green. And Dan having trouble getting it in gear. And takes it right off the track. Robin Bergman, daughter-in-law of the great Bug Stevens. Phil Lozier and Andy Major. Mike Ledoux. Randy Clark. And Norm Wren III. Robin Bergman staying on top with Lozier and Major. Bergman, Lozier, Major. Ledoux and Wren. Halfway coming up, no changes here yet. Lap 5 ticking off. Robin Bergman and Phil Lozier. Andy Major trying to find a little daylight to make an inside pass. Almost got a piece of the back of the Lozier machine. There's room if he can squeeze it in. 2 to go. Major once again trying to make a run on Lozier. White flag coming up. If he's going to move up, he's got to do it now. Can't swap lanes and can't make the pass. Robin Bergman, Phil Lozier, Andy Major, one more try at second place. Sticks a nose down inside. Couldn't quite make it stick, and it'll go to Bergman. Lozier second, Major third, Wren fourth, and Ledoux finishes a 5th spot. The 21 for Mark Giordano. We'll see if, whoa, look out, the first contact of the day as the 86 takes out the 20. Sutherland getting back on the gas and back on the track. 86 cannot seem to get it to point in the right direction. He's got a flat right front tire. Meanwhile, Royer's out there to fly around the racetrack as everybody else now tries to play catch-up when Giordano did not bring out a caution. Looks like Tom Royer is the odds-on favorite right now to win that light champ feature event. Trouble on the 21 now as he gets all crossed up. Sutherland now has the car up to speed, trying to keep up with Royer after having taken that excursion through the infield. The 57 of Meservey trying to play catch up. Meservey, a little bit of trouble getting up in there. Giordano with 1 to go. Everybody else with 2. And the win goes to the 80 for Tom Royer. Tom Royer picks up the qualifying win. Kind of hard to tell who was next. I'm thinking 67. Here they come. Jeff Murray and Trevor Blow. Murray gets sideways, Blow gets going. Tyler Jarvenpaugh. First lap, it'll be Trevor Blow, Jeff Murray, Tyler Jarvenpaugh, Brett Gagne, and Bill Kimball. Gagne in hard into the back of the 22. Trevor Blow and Jeff Murray, Tyler Jarvenpaugh, Brett Gagne, Bill Kimball. First qualifiers, they start working over each other's bumpers. Halfway coming up, they're going to start stacking it up or start passing. Blow staying out in front. Murray trying the inside. Jarvenpaugh goes high. Here comes Gagne down to the inside. Nice move by Gagne to try to snag third, but he doesn't have it yet. Too twitchy in turn 2. This time, Jarvenpaugh gets into the back of the 3, gives him a tap going into the corner and grabs a spot. He looks like he could be quicker. Jeff Murray staying right with Tyler Jarvenpaugh with a lap to go as they chase Trevor Blow. They'll be coming back with a 30-lap main event later on. Tyler Jarvenpaugh fighting for second. The flag comes out. Jarvenpaugh gets second. Murray third. They rub tires going into 1 to say hello, goodbye. And Gagne gets the 4th spot. Kimball sits in 5th. Dana Smith from Claremont, New Hampshire. Smith, Sunapee, New Hampshire, actually, in the Smith Brothers sight work machine. And then Ouellette in the 97. 8 laps, here they come. McMichael got a good jump on the start. Chapin gets up high to get some momentum up. Eric Leclerc right in on Chapin's bumper. Carzello takes a wide turn. McMichael, your leader with Chapin, Leclerc, Carzello, and Rivette. Here comes JT Cloutier right in behind him. Then Dana Smith and Casey Ouellette. Eric Leclerc biding his time behind Chapin. Chapin won this race 2 years ago. And Leclerc gets a good bite, drives down inside and grabs the 2nd spot. Scott McMichael, Eric Leclerc, Keith Carzello, and Brian Chapin. Kim Rivette still running in 5th as Chapin drifts backwards. 2 laps to go on this one. Scott McMichael, Eric Leclerc, and Keith Carzello, top 3. 5 cars qualified. Make that 6 cars qualify, a lap to go. McMichael, Leclerc, Carzello, Chapin, Rivette, and Cloutier. Kimi Rivette making a run for it on the outside for 4th place. Here's the win. McMichael, Leclerc, Carzello, Chapin, Rivette, Cloutier, your top qualifiers.
Johnny Kay and Woody Pitcat make up the next row. Kevin Iannarelli, Dylan Kopech, Donnie Lashua, George Sherman, and a gentleman is familiar to you, Chan Stevens on the flag stand, green flag. They're going the distance of 12 laps, top 6 to advance to the main event. Down the back straightaway, past the yak on the outside of Meade. Here comes Holdridge right up tight behind him, off of turn number 4. Kevin Iannarelli in the Access Realty, number 27 car on the bottom. Then it's the number 17, Donnie Lashua. So again, the top 6 advance. Some good racing going on for that 6th and final transfer spot. Here's Lashua to the inside of car number 22, Seidel. Woody Pitcat right behind him in Pete Kales's number 42. Chris Pasteryak leads the charge down the back straightaway. Holdridge putting a lot of pressure to Matt Mead in the second spot. Mead third. Johnny Kay, the Deerfield Beach, Florida driver, is running in the 4th spot. Here's Pitcat to the inside of Lashua. Woody Pitcat, the Stafford Springs Motor Speedway winner last Sunday in the annual Spring Sizzler, battling in the Kalesa Farms number 42. And he's got a good one going with Donnie Lashua as they are side by side. Chris Pasteryak in that brand new mount. The 5 Connecticut car leading the charge. The single file down the front straightaway. Holdridge is all over. Car number 77 challenging for the number 2 spot. Slight bumper tag with car number 77. No harm done. Good racing going on behind. Iannarelli's going to the high side. Thought better of it. He's got Kopech on the inside. Pitcat. There goes Holdridge. Holdridge moves in the 2nd spot. Pitcat on the bottom of Johnny Kay. And Pitcat is going to roll into the 4th position. So right now, Dylan Kopech is in the final transfer spot. He goes to the bottom in car number 66. The Eyestone Trucking, Northeast Auto Parts, Race Car Parts and Chassis number 66. Pitcat to the bottom. White flag is out. One more lap to go. The opening heat race for the Valenti Modifieds. Here's your checkered flag, and a victory goes to Chris Pasteryak. Whoa, around goes Iannarelli. Second will be Holdridge. Third, Pitcat. Fourth, the 77 Mead, Kopech, and Donnie Lashua in car number 17, the final transfer. And Kevin Iannarelli bringing down the caution here at the finish. 5-time winner Dwight Jarvis in car number 28. Todd Patnode returns to action with the MRS. He's driving Danny Stebbins 05. Here's your green flag. Whoa, look at that dicing going on, huh? Schneider to the outside. Ziggity on the inside as they nerf bar to nerf bar. A little bumper tag there. Ziggity getting into the back of Norm Wren. No harm done. They continue to race off the number 2 turn. Mike Douglas, Rowan Pennick. Pennick looks to the bottom in turn number 4. Douglas is able to beat him out of the turn. Douglas down the back straightaway, the pace setter. Norm Wren third. Ziggity running in 4th. Nocella 5th. The final transfer spot now is Todd Patnode. Dwight Jarvis, he wants to get up there and race for that number 6 position. Mike Willis and Dave Schneider bringing up the back end of the field. 4 laps completed. Down the back chute they battle. So the race right now is going to be for the 6th position. Here's Patnode to the bottom of Nocella. And Dwight Jarvis wants to follow off the 4th turn. Dwight's going to crisscross on the front straightaway. Looked like he was trying to set up something on the outside going into 1. It didn't happen. Now he's trying to do that on the outside of turn number 3. Challenging Nocella. Nocella bobbled a little bit coming off turn number 4. Continues racing on in that final transfer position. Dwight Jarvis trying to avoid having to go into the consolation round here with 8 laps completed. Trying to catch up to the Nocella Paving 92. Willis trying to catch up to Jarvis as Mike Douglas Jr. sets the pace. Wren hangs with Penning. Ziggity 4th. 5th is Patnode in the 05. And at final spot, the transfer, the number 92, Dwight Jarvis trying to find a way to catch up to him. Nocella's getting a good run off the corners. Chan Stevens shows him the white flag. One more lap. And now the checkered flag, and there's your winner, Mike Douglas Jr., Rowan Pennick, Norm Wren, Todd Zagerty. Next up, the 05 Todd Patnode, and the final transfer spot goes to Anthony Nocella in car number 92. Winner here, Les Hinckley, back in action out of Windsor Locks, Connecticut. And Captain Kirk Alexander is in car number 43 from West Swansea. Here they come. Alexander, the all-time series winner. Down the back straightaway, Medeiros. And the 88 car, Russ Hersey, go right to work as they battle for the number 2 position off the number 4 turn. Todd Anarumo watches from the 4th spot in car number 12. And then it'll be Nick Selva in the number 44. Selva, a SK modified driver at Stafford Springs Motor Speedway. And he is making his first start ever with the Valenti Modified Racing Series in that red number 44 car. Youngster out of Connecticut. That number 44 hauled down from Quebec, Canada. Here comes Kirk to the inside. Alexander using that Monadnock experience, and Les Hinckley follows. Dennis Perry, the 88 car next. Third is the 50 of Medeiros. Fourth is the number 12, Todd Anarumo. In 5th spot, it's Kirk Alexander, and the newcomer, Nick Selva, is in that final transfer position. Is Alexander to the inside of Todd Anarumo. Oh, we got action over in the number 1 turn. Les Hinckley, the 06. Selva was recommended to Paul for this event. All right, let's see if he's going to make the main event here through the qualifying heats. Out of the turn, green flag. Hersey broke apart. Smartly slowed. Let Perry take him to the green flag. Whoa! Here's Medeiros to the bottom. Dennis Perry. Russ Hersey, Carl Medeiros Jr. Here comes Kirk Alexander. Todd Anarumo is right there in car number 12. And Les Hinckley. Hinckley's up to that final transfer. Savory wants it. Alexander's on the outside battling with Medeiros. Kirk up top, off turn number 2 to 3rd. Savory trying to catch up to the 06 to race him for the final transfer. 2 laps to go. Final 2 laps of heat competition here. Heat number 3 for the Valenti Modified Racing Series. Chan Stevens shows the white flag to a single file formation. Down onto the apron went Savory. Down went Selva. Back onto the speedway they go. Hersey to the bottom. Or attempting to get there. They are racing to the checkered flag. And boy, that's close.